Hector Tyrus, 23M42. Many of my fellow Inquisitors have marked down the skirmish on Axiom as a rogue element of tower-lined Imperial Guard, despite the fact that the Tower are one of the few of the Emperor's enemies that have yet to pollute the planet's iron majesty. I, however, have not. In the past months, I have taken great care to collect all the knowledge I can of these quote-unquote rogue guardsmen, including a few live prisoners I intend on keeping for further extensive research. Though my insight has been brief, what I have found is intriguing. I have many reasons to believe this incursion did not originate in our home galaxy. The unique white armor these warriors wear is forged from a hard plastic that contains materials which up to this point have never been readily catalogued within any database my extensive inquisitorial clearance could dig up. In short, many of the components present do not exist in the galaxy as we know it. What's more, despite clearly being human, their language has no ties to any form of Gothic. In fact, it is a language that has not yet been translated or even listed within the Order Xenos' extensive repository. I must again give credit to my emphasis on obtaining exceptional scholars, as the time took to translate their language was nothing short of remarkable. I have catalogued the translation of their language and writing system within the archives. Though this information alone could indicate an isolated colony, what I was able to learn from these translations only reinforces my theory that these are forces whom originate from a separate galaxy. This includes holographic maps of undiscovered sectors that could not possibly fit within our Milky Way galaxy. Though my knowledge on the galaxy I have dubbed Stellus Bella is admittedly limited, I was able to obtain a wealth of information from the forces present on Axiom alone, which this log will be focusing on. These prisoners refer to themselves as clones, likely due to the fact that they all share an identical appearance, barring personal aesthetic choices such as hair and tattoos. I have also confirmation from the agents of the biologists that their genetics are similarly identical. These clones state that they have been grown from tubes en masse and trained from birth in the arts of war. Judging from their claim ages, none of which breaking their second decade, it is also presumed these individuals age much faster than that of a normal human. Though I at first believed it a silly question when my interrogators asked the captured warriors as to why they were created, given our own state of eternal war, it gave us a good deal of insight into the state of their galaxy, to be remarked upon later. For now we will focus on the armaments we were able to acquire post-skirmish. Their weaponry is almost exclusively energy-based, barring the occasional missile or thrown explosive. Though their basic infantry rifle, designated as the DC-15A, is somewhat inferior in its capabilities to the M36 Cantrill pattern lasgun, it has been proven through extensive testing that their reliability is beyond anything under that of Imperial masterwork. With the most basic maintenance entirely excluding appealing to their machine spirit, these rifles can be fired, overheated, fired some more and so on, hundreds of times over, without even a single jam. It is no wonder that sustained fire from these at first unassuming weapons managed to fell a good deal of Imperial forces, including nearly an entire combat squad of our Adeptus Astartes. Though their reliability is a matter of concern, through my testing I have found implications most damning. Their basic kit contains many elements that counter mechanical components, likely the reason why Skitarii elements found themselves devastated upon first contact, and how their weaponry was able to disrupt the secondary functions of Astartes' power armor. One would think this choice was made because Axiom is a forge world, but the captured claim their presence there was entirely an accident. After some basic applications of psychic prowess, I cannot say they are lying. This comes back to my previous point on the state of their galaxy, the questioning of, if not us, then who were they gearing to fight? Though it was difficult to pin down the exact name of their enemy, as their language is absolutely saturated with slang, some of which being clankers or tinnies. It seems the proper name for these forces are droids. The clones describe them as semi-sentient machines programmed for a variety of tasks, similar to Tau drones or, dare I say, the Men of Iron. Suffice to say, this incursion has piqued my interest far more than any other conspiracy within my career. I've already begun to intensify the usage of my own personal psychic powers on the prisoners, and have made arrangements for a Chaldeus assassin to follow their retreating forces home. These warriors hold incredible compassion to their fellow soldiers, a weakness I will exploit. They would never suspect one of their own to be an informant to a tertiary party. I trust this informant deeply, and have allowed them to use any means necessary to return the information they gain safely into the hands of the Imperium. This investigation has taken my full attention, and I suggest my acquaintances within the Order Xenos take on the bounty of duties I am passing along. Wherever these warriors come from, I will find and gain the knowledge required to defend against future, larger-scale incursions. Remember, knowledge is power. Guard it well.